Do not scroll past this. I am speaking to you now. This is your final warning, spoken to you in this way. It will not wait for you again. You must not treat this as background noise, another clip, another word to save for later. Later has been stealing from you. Later has been the thief dressed as wisdom. The moment is now. I have been trying to get your attention again and again through patterns, pauses, disruptions, and inner nudges. You felt it more than once. The same phrase repeating, the sudden delay that made no sense, the conversation that echoed a thought you never said out loud, the door that would not open though you knocked with all your strength, the quiet tug that said, not here, not them, not this. I sent reminders in the stillness of your mind, and I allowed interruptions in your plans so you would pause long enough to hear me. Hear me clearly. This is not fear speaking. This is truth, edged with mercy. I have already released what you asked me for. It is in motion. The door is open. The answer is here. And the shift has already begun. But your response in this very hour will decide if it stays or slips away. You cannot separate the blessing from the source and expect it to remain. Alignment is not optional. It is the condition that holds what I have placed within your reach. You are standing at a turning point where obedience will secure your miracle and distraction will quietly take it from your hands. Do not delay. Do not overthink. Do not talk yourself out of what you already know to do. Small delays have big consequences. Minutes turn into months. Hesitation drains momentum. Every time you choose to listen, you strengthen what I sent. Every time you drift, you weaken your hold. Decide now. Choose focus over noise, alignment over wandering, obedience over delay. Say yes to me with your intention, your attention, and your next action. This is the last time I warn you like this. Listen. The same lesson has been arriving with different faces. The same warning has been returning in different forms. The same discomfort has refused to leave your chest. I sent the whisper in the quiet, then I echoed it through someone who did not even know your situation. I blocked a plan that looked perfect on paper, and then blocked the backup plan you felt sure would replace it. I revealed motives you did not want to see by letting people show you who they are when they thought you weren't looking. I sent the same word through a headline, a conversation, a passing comment, a lyric you could not shake. I interrupted your steps with delays that slowed you just enough to see the road you were about to take. I placed a check in your spirit when your mouth tried to say yes. I repeated, because you kept explaining away what I made plain. You called conviction anxiety. You labeled red flags as bad timing. You wrapped my caution in the language of being reasonable. You called a delay just the process. You called heaviness just stress. You told yourself everyone goes through this, when I was telling you, not you, not now. You called a door closed for now when I had already told you it was closed for good. You tried to baptize compromise as wisdom. I sent patterns to protect you, not to punish you. I blocked opportunities to spare you from agreements that would drain your future. I revealed what you needed to know so you would not build your next season on false promises. I tightened the margin on your distractions so you would feel how expensive they truly are. I unsettled what was misaligned so you would not get comfortable dying slowly. Not coincidence, mercy, not chaos, care, not random, rescue. I repeat what you ignore because I refuse to let you lose what I prepared. Recognize it now. Stop explaining away my voice. Name the signs for what they are and agree with me. When you honor the pattern, you stop the spiral. When you admit what I've been showing you, you step back into alignment. I see you. I saw the nights you stared at the ceiling and rehearsed the same conversation in your mind until the sun began to stain the edge of your curtains. I saw the smile you put on for them, the one that didn't reach your eyes. I watched your hands steady themselves before you stepped into a room that drained you. I heard the quiet panic you refused to name because naming it would make it real. I listened to the inner argument you keep replaying, the one that says, maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe I should settle. Maybe I misheard. I was there in the breath you held. I was there in the breath you finally let go. You are not unseen. You have never been unseen. I have counted the tears you hid from your own mirror. I have measured the weight you carried so others would not feel it. I have watched you strengthen everyone while you starved in silence. And I am telling you with tenderness and with fire, I am with you, but I will not let you stay in what is killing you slowly. Not because I want to take anything from you, but because I refuse to let what I promised be strangled by what I am ending. This is not cruelty. This is care. This is not rejection. This is exposure. I am bringing what has been operating in the dark into the light, so it cannot rule you another day. Feel the pressure. That is me lifting the floor you kept lying on. That is me flushing out the poison you called normal. The unease is not a sign you are failing. It is a sign I am revealing. I am showing you the root of the fear, the lie beneath the pattern, the agreement you made with scarcity and approval that no longer fits the person you are becoming. Do not numb this moment. Do not soothe yourself with the same distractions that keep you circling. Let the truth change your posture. Being seen is not the finish line. Being corrected is the next act of love. I am calling you higher, into rooms where your voice does not have to shrink, into choices that honor your future, into boundaries that protect what I sent. Receive my validation and then receive my instruction. Stop negotiating with what I already named as misaligned. Stop defending what drains you. Your safety is in your yes. Your strength is in your immediate, obedient step. I am near you. I am guiding you. Now align with me and move. Here is what you keep missing. What I released is real, but it was never meant to live apart from me. You asked for the blessing as if it were an object to hold. I am telling you it is a life to be lived with me. You want the outcome. I am giving you the source. You want the fruit. I am asking you to stay with the tree. You must remain aligned with me if you want it to stay. The blessing cannot be separated from the source and expected to remain. This is the difference between an event and an environment. An event excites you for a moment. An environment sustains you for a lifetime. Miracles often arrive like flashes of light, but they are maintained by connection, awareness, and obedience, not excitement. Not about a weekend high, but a daily closeness. Not about a dramatic announcement, but a consistent agreement. The miracle I sent is not maintained by applause. It is maintained by attention. Listen to me clearly. Not about worthiness, but alignment. Not about luck, but listening. Not about speed, but consistency. Not about who noticed you, but how you stay near me when no one is watching. You cannot receive it fully while remaining disconnected from me. When you stay close to me, it grows stronger, clearer, steadier. When you drift away, it becomes harder to recognize, harder to hold, easier to mismanage, easier to lose. Here are the mechanics you keep overlooking. Every time you choose to listen, you strengthen the blessing's hold in your life. Every time you ignore the nudge, you weaken your grip on what is already yours. Every aligned choice amplifies it. Every distracted compromise thins it out. Hesitation is one of the ways people lose what was already meant for them. Distance dulls discernment. Noise muffles instruction. Pride resists course correction. This is not punishment. This is protection. Discipline is not about restriction, it is about protection. Guard your time, your energy, and your attention more carefully. Return to me quickly. Keep your yes simple and immediate. Establish rhythms that keep you near. Quiet with me, honest checks in your spirit, boundaries that match your prayer. The door is open. The gift is moving toward you, and your response in this very hour will decide if it stays or slips away. Stay with me, and it will remain. This is the fork in the road. Two futures are forming from one choice. One future is secured by your immediate yes. The other is drained by a familiar delay, dressed up as thinking it through. Hear me. You are not waiting on me. You are deciding whether you will obey. Your mind calls it processing. Your fear calls it wisdom. Your pride calls it just needing one more sign. But I already spoke. I already confirmed. I already closed what needed closing and opened what needed opening. The door is open. The answer is here. The window is narrow. Hesitation is a thief that wears your language. Overthinking is a leak in your faith. Procrastination is a quiet agreement with loss. Endless sign-seeking after I have given clarity is how people explain away obedience. Advice hunting until instruction expires is how people miss their moment. Do not call your delay discernment. Do not baptize your avoidance as stewardship. You know the masks. Entertainment to numb what conviction is surfacing. Busy work to avoid the one action that would actually move the needle. People-pleasing to escape the discomfort of saying no, where I told you to say no. Doom scrolling to drown the quiet voice that keeps rising when the feed goes still. False urgency that keeps you handling everything except the one thing I asked. Even spiritual noise, consuming, so you never have to commit. These are not harmless. These are drains. Listen. One path. You act now. You cut what I said cut. You message who I said message. You submit what I said submit. You decline what I said decline. Your yes is simple and immediate, and the current of favor steadies under your feet. The other path? You wait until you feel ready, and the moment dulls, the instruction blurs, and what was in your hands begins to slip. This is not fear speaking. This is truth guarded by love. I am with you, but I will not pretend that delay is neutral. Every time you obey quickly, you thicken the blessing's roots. Every time you stall, you thin them. Choose. Out loud in your spirit, in action with your hands. Say yes now and then move. This is the final warning as protection. Stop returning to what I brought you out of. Hear me. The old cycle cannot host the new favor. The rooms that normalized your shrinking cannot sustain the strength I am growing in you. The conversations that keep reheating old confusion cannot carry the clarity I am sending. The habits that numbed you through last season cannot hold the weight of this one. The blessing I released is not fragile, but it will be affected by the environment you allow. You cannot carry new favor into old cycles and expect it to remain untouched. I am not taking for the sake of taking. I am separating because I refuse to let you lose what is coming. What I am ending is not loss. It is protection from the cycle that keeps stealing your future. Not punishment, protection, not rejection, rescue. When I close a door, I am shielding you from a pattern that has proven its price. Name the returns, replying to the same message that only spins you back into apology and confusion. Reopening the same door I already told you was closed for good. Revisiting the same addiction just this once, as if you forgot the shame that follows. Rehearsing the same bitterness like a script that steals your breath. Scrolling the same accounts that stir envy. Driving the same route just to feel what I already delivered you from. Entertaining the same compromises at midnight that your spirit rejects by morning. These are not harmless, these are hooks. Make it plain and practical. Block the number, delete the thread, unfollow the feed, cancel the subscription, change the seat, adjust the route, empty the cabinet, set the bedtime, move the money, say the no. You have been rehearsing in your head and refusing with your mouth. Stop negotiating with what I already told you to leave. Stop crafting softer exits from what requires a clean break. Your emotions are real, but they are not your guide. My instruction is your safety. I am lifting you out, but you must stop climbing back in. Break the loop now, before momentum slips and memory romanticizes what nearly killed you. Choose the separation I am offering. Guard the environment I am building. Stay out of what I freed you from, and what I sent will stay. Now, hear me. I am not only pulling you out, I am training you to stand. Discipline is not restriction, it is protection for what I am sending. Your life is shifting, so your stewardship must shift. Guard your time, your energy, and your attention more carefully than you ever have. Treat them like gates to a garden I just planted. Not everyone enters. Not everything crosses. Not every urgency is allowed to ring your spirit like an alarm. Maintenance matters. The miracle I released is not maintained by emotion. It is maintained by rhythm, prayer, boundaries, and consistent obedience when no one is clapping. Excitement launches, discipline lands. Routine carries what revelation begins. Your emotions are real, but they are not your guide. Peace will often contradict your impulse. Peace will say wait when adrenaline says hurry, and move now when fear says later. Choose peace over impulse, instruction over itch, alignment over atmosphere. Build this simple frame each day and let it hold you steady. Morning alignment. Begin in silence with me before the world speaks. Breathe. Ask for clarity. Offer your plans and let me edit your calendar. Speak your yes out loud. Set one boundary for the day that protects your focus. Midday awareness. Pause on purpose. Ask, what have I agreed to today that does not match what you said? Adjust in the middle, not only at the end. Step away from noise. Recenter your yes. Evening review. Confess where you drifted. Celebrate where you obeyed. Correct what must be corrected. Write the one action that secures tomorrow's alignment. Close the screen earlier. Lay the phone outside the room. Sleep as stewardship, not escape. Keep it plain, one assignment at a time, one screen at a time, one yes at a time. Schedule what matters, so distractions must ask permission. Budget your attention like money. Guard your body as a vessel, water, movement, rest. Simple is spiritual when it is obedient. This is not fear speaking. This is truth guarded by love. If you want what I promise to remain, you must build the habits that can hold it. Every kept boundary thickens the root. Every small obedience strengthens the frame. Begin today. Set the alarm, set the boundary, and stay with me in the rhythm that protects what I have placed in your hands. I have been blocking things on purpose. I closed doors you kept pushing because on the other side was a price you could not see yet. Your peace, your identity, your calling. I let the email go unanswered. I let the call never return. I let the date shift and the schedule bend. I rerouted meetings. I paused approvals. I hid you in plain sight, not to punish you, but to protect you. What you called delay was rescue. What you named missed opportunity was me moving you away from a cliff that smiled. The delay was not abandonment. It was me preventing you from arriving too early to what would destroy you. Some things were not denied. They were withheld until you were stable enough to keep them. You were asking me for a weight that would have bowed your back because your boundaries were still soft, your yes still too negotiable, your past still too loud. I waited for your roots to thicken, for your voice to stop apologizing for existing, for your hands to learn the rhythm of stewardship instead of survival. Premature arrival turns gifts into burdens. Early access exposes what discipline was designed to strengthen. I have been timing your entrance so that what comes will not crush you, and what stays will not slip. I also kept you from counterfeits. What looks fast is often a trap. Rush is how the wrong thing sells itself. Urgency without clarity, promises without process, smiles without substance. They move quickly, so your discernment cannot catch up. What is mine may feel slower because it is built to last. Foundations must cure, seeds must root. Peace must preface the door. If it requires you to betray a boundary to begin, it is not from me. If it flatters your hunger but ignores your health, it is not from me. If it needs your silence to succeed, it is not from me. This is not fear speaking. This is truth guarded by love. Now that you can see the pattern, stop fighting my protection and follow it. Bless the closed door. Thank me for the pause. Release the timeline you drafted without me. Ask the one question that keeps you safe. Is this mine and is this now? If yes, obey immediately. If no, step back without apology. Let peace, not pressure, set your pace. I am not late, I am precise. And what I open for you will fit you, hold you, and remain as you remain with me. The test is not a dramatic stage moment. It is the next few hours. It is what leaves your mouth when you feel the old irritation rise. It is the tab you choose to open, the thread you choose to delete, the message you finally send, the task you finally finish. It is the tone of the next response. It is the boundary you hold when pressure returns. It is how you treat the quiet after this ends, whether you run back to noise or remain with me. Do not delay. Do not overthink. Do not seek approval from the very person I am removing from your decision-making. Do not shop my instruction for cheaper opinions. Do not numb the conviction with screens, sugar, or scrolling. Do not draft a better excuse. Do not make an announcement so you can feel obedient without being obedient. Do not rehearse the same maybe later. Later has been the thief. Do this now. Make the call you keep postponing. End the conversation that keeps circling without change. Delete the access they keep exploiting. Block the number that reopens your wound. Apologize where you were wrong. Return what is not yours. Tell the truth you softened. Schedule the work and set the timer. Send the email. Submit the application. Open the Bible and pray again. Quiet, honest, specific. Journal the instruction in one sentence and act on it before you sleep. Step into integrity even if it costs you convenience. Hear me. Your breakthrough is not waiting on a sign. It is waiting on your next obedient action. Every aligned step thickens the root of what I sent. Every compromise thins it. Every yes to me strengthens the blessing's hold in your hands. Every drift toward distraction loosens your grip. This is not fear speaking. This is truth guarded by love. I am with you in the small choice, but I will not pretend your delay is neutral. Choose now. Honor the pattern. Protect the environment. Finish what I told you to start. End what I told you to end. Move and watch stability rise beneath your feet. Seal this now. Do not just feel this, agree, and act as a public act of alignment with what I am doing in your life. Like this video now. Do it as an outward yes to an inward instruction, not performance. Agreement. Your attention is a gate. Open it toward me. Say with your action, I am not scrolling past this warning. I am choosing alignment. This is how you mark the moment, how you draw a line in the sand where delay has lived. Type yes and 777 in the comments as your declaration that you will not ignore this final warning. Say it clearly. Yes, my answer is immediate. 777. I agree with heaven's order over my habits. Public agreement matters because it breaks secrecy and indecision. It tells your fear, you no longer lead. It tells your future, I am stepping toward you. It tells your past, you cannot summon me with nostalgia. Do it now, seal it publicly, then move to what matters most. Now, the private act. Choose one immediate step today and complete it before the day ends. Cut off what I said, cut off. Begin what I said, begin. Confess what you have hidden. Reconcile where you wounded. Apply for what I opened. Leave what I closed. Send the apology. Cancel the access. Throw it away. Unfollow. Unsubscribe. Submit the application. Schedule the meeting. Put money where your prayer is. Set the boundary in writing. Pray out loud. Write the instruction in one sentence and do it before you sleep. Agreement without obedience is noise. Seal this moment by acting today. I am with you. My peace will meet you in motion. But hear me. I will not keep repeating what you keep refusing. This is not fear speaking. This is truth guarded by love. Walk with me now and you will see the shift. The door is open. The current is moving. Your response in this very hour will decide if it stays or slips away. Say yes. Act now. Remain with me, and what I sent will remain with you.